Hey, I'm Mark, and thanks for watching my channel, Losing to Win, where I'm losing a little weight and gaining a little health, and thanks for following along. So the other day at work, I had a great idea, and that was to figure out the difference in what I was consuming at work versus then, while I wasn't eating healthy, and now, while I am eating healthy. And so I did. I walked down to Walmart, saw the nutrition facts. I crunched all the numbers. I'm gonna let you know exactly what those numbers are at the end, but to say that I'm shocked would be an understatement. So I highly suggest that people track their food, honestly track it, be accountable to yourself, find out what you're eating. The numbers will be shocking. So here's the video, stick around to the end. You're gonna see the numbers. It could be 2 or 3 or 4 times as much as I'm eating now. So enjoy. All right, so I'm walking up here to Wally World, and I got to show you all these nutrition facts because I don't buy this stuff anymore. I don't have it to show you at the house. So we're gonna walk up here and see how many people we can make weird with the camera and get some nutrition facts and see what this comparison ends up shaking out like. All right, I'm here in the aisle. All right, I'm back here back at my store, and I've crunched the numbers, and the numbers are really unbelievable. I'm gonna go down each individual item here, and then I'll tell you what the numbers add up at the end. So for my coffee, my wife told me a quarter cup was a very conservative estimate, so she was like, it's probably closer to a half a cup with how big of a coffee I had. So we'll go with the half a cup. That was 280 calories, 40 carbs, 10 grams of fat. The bagel that I come in and eat with my coffee, for one bagel is 260 calories. Forgive me, I got some notes here. Forgive me for looking down. 46 carbs, 4 grams of fat, 9 grams of protein. The cream cheese on the bagel was about 90 calories, 5 carbs, 7 grams of fat, and 1 gram of protein. So that was just the breakfast. And then we get to lunch. Lunch was a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, 5 days out of 5 probably, and then some chips. So we'll start with the bread. 2 slices is 140 calories, 26 carbs, negligible fat, 2 grams of protein. Peanut butter, 2 servings, about 4 tablespoons would be what it'd take for me to make a sandwich. It's 360 calories, 16 grams of carbs, 30 grams of fat, 14 grams of protein. The jelly, 2 servings, about 2 tablespoons, I would guess, and that might be conservative. It's about 100 calories, 26 carbs. Negligible on the fat and the protein, maybe 0. The chips, I would guess I had about 2 servings worth of chips, which would be 300 calories, 34 grams of carbs, 16 grams of fat, 4 grams of protein. So when I totaled all of that up, that came to 1,530 calories, 1,530 calories, 193 grams of carbs, 67 grams of fat, 30 grams of protein. That's before I threw in the cookies I showed you in the refrigerator, so let's add them in. I probably had, I would guess a sleeve of them or a row of them at 6 cookies. That came to about 480 calories. So from the time I left the house, from the time to the time I walked back into the door, I'm in it for about 2,000 calories. 100 and, well, probably more carbs because I didn't even add it in with the cookies. I just looked at the calories. So we're in it for 2,000 calories and 30 grams of protein. Minimal, right? Maximum on the calories and minimal on the protein. So today, here's what I'm eating. Cottage cheese. I put down a 3 times serving. I probably don't get that, but we're just going to do it to try to high estimate this. So that's 270 calories, 15 grams of carbs, 8 grams of fat, 36, the big number here, 36 grams of protein. That one serving of cottage cheese, one serving for me, a 3 times regular serving of cottage cheese has more protein than what I would get previously from walking out the door till the time I walk back into the door at my house. So it is 270 calories, 15 grams of carbs, 8 grams of fat, 36 grams of protein. I think I already went over that. And then I asked ChatGPT this just for some quick estimation. What is 1 cup of mixed black, blue, and strawberries? It's approximately 60 calories, 18 grams of carbs, less than 1 gram of fat, 1 gram of protein, probably less. So when you add that all together, 330 calories, 33 grams of carbs, 9 grams of fat, 37 grams of protein. And then, some common snacks I will eat here at work, maybe some jerky, maybe some pork rinds. So let's just say I had 1 serving of jerky and 1 serving of pork rinds, snacked on through the day too. Jerky, 1 serving, 80 calories, 7 grams of carbs, 1 gram of fat, 10 grams of protein. Pork rinds, 80 calories again, 0 carbs, 5 grams of fat, 7 grams of protein. So even if I add all that together with my cottage cheese and berries, I'm at 490 calories from the time I walk out the door at my house to the time I walk back in at the end of the day. 40 grams of carbs, 15 grams of fat, and 54 grams of protein. Compared to previously, about 2,000 calories, 193 carbs, 67 grams of fat, and just 30 grams of protein. So to say that those numbers surprised me would be an understatement. And I think most people would be surprised if they took the time and wrote down what they actually ate through the day and then tallied those numbers up at the end of the day. I know I'm surprised that I ate 2,000 calories approximately before I even walked back in the door in the evening. I was probably eating 4,000 calories for the day. I had minimal physical activity. There's no wonder I was 280. I should have been more probably. So anyway, if these numbers surprised you as much as they did me, hit the subscribe button. I encourage you to track exactly what you're eating to give you a good number. And if you have something if you know of something that you'd like for me to cover, drop it in the comments. Thanks for watching.